what we're going to be looking at is, given that we have the roots of a quadratic equation, so let us say the roots are, these are the roots. The roots are alpha and beta. So given that we have those as roots of a quadratic equation, what if the equations? What if we're asked to find stuff like, right, number one, we want to evaluate a number of things. Alright? Let's say we want to evaluate A cube, B cube. Alright? If you want to evaluate A cube, B cube, so the first one we want to evaluate is A cube, B cube. And this really means AB all cube. Because the importance of what we're doing is that we're going to try to write all of our responses in sums or products. So this is the product cube. Alright, so we're going to try to write all of our responses in either sum or product. Then we're going to do some quick substitution. So for example, this can be written as the product cube. The product though is, so in this case we could write down a few stuff like the sum is equal to minus b over a, and in this case you're looking at minus 4 over 2, and then this is going to give us a 2, positive 2. That is the sum. While the product now, the product, as you could see, the product is going to be c over a, which is 1 over 2. So that's the product, a half. So the sum is 2 and the product is a half. Now in this case, all we have to do is to say, okay, the product. So we're looking at the product cube. So you could see the product AB. So this is simply equal to 1 over 8, because 1 cube is 1 and 2 cube is 8. So that's the value for that, if that were the case that we're given. Let's look at some more situations. This is the sum of squares, all right? So for the sum of squares, there is a particular thing that we use. We have to remember that the sum of squares can be written as alpha beta to the third minus 3 times the product of alpha beta times the sum of alpha beta. So you would have to remember this formula offhand. You have to remember this directly so that you're able now to just substitute the values for the sums and the product. So the sum is 2, we're cubing that, minus 3 times the product is a half, minus 3 times the product is a half, and that will be multiplied by the sum again, which is 2. So basically, we're looking at the sum cube minus 3 times the product times the sum. So when we look at this, we're looking at 8 minus 3 over 2 times 2. And you could see that cancel there. So we're looking at 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5. So the response for alpha cube plus beta cube will be 5 based on how we represent the idea. Alright?